Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 651. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Shit.
What's up, Danette?
What's up?
What's up, David?
Who are you?
All right. Okay, so Connor Farley,
Yes.
there was this amazing story, I think. It was on Kasturbis, right?
Oh,
By this Connor Farley character. So why don't
I
you
don't
read
know
the
who
news?
this guy is, but he sounds...
Yeah, I don't know, man. Must be from some other timeline. So
Yeah.
why don't you read that article from that amazing guy?
Yeah, let me find it amongst my, sorry, this kind of Ali's other,
Yeah, because I know he's got so much stuff out there.
Yeah,
Man.
because
Find that one article, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Please.
these very boring articles according to a particular member of the community. Yeah. Yeah, so, some work experience guy leaked some pictures from episode 12 have since been taken down, which means that they must be true. And he also leaked some information about what happens, and it takes place on Gallifrey, or actually under Gallifrey, so either underground or under the Citadel, the big city.
Right.
And it's got loads of tombs in that area that are protected by ghosts known as sliders, which are old Time Lords, and it includes past Doctors to a degree. I think it's only Tennant and McGann, which is where the rumour kind of is, but of them coming back, but I'm not sure.
So, hold on. I'm confused. I want to know why there are ghosts of the 10th and the 8th if the 10th and the 8th are in the 12th.
What if for the 10th Doctor, could it be his duplicate?
Yeah.
That would make sense. Because he is pretty much the same exact person. Doesn't the duplicate of 10 have all the memories?
Metacrisis?
Oh, it's not that duplicate. It's just a projection of him. It's the same with McGann as well.
Is it like an imprint?
I don't know.
How could it be a ghost? See, this is like getting me really confused.
This is hoping that Moffat's going to get fired and get a new person on board.
Now, David, don't be hating. We can't be negative.
This makes no sense, and you know it.
We can't be negative. We have some people out there not happy with us.
I hope they just explain it better than they explain other stuff.
But there's no point in Time Lords having ghosts. If there's going to be a ghost, they'll obviously have to be the last incarnation of, like, their last regeneration.
Right, the guy can't be standing there. I'm the Doctor! Like, you know, like the 12th Doctor, and like...
No, Doctor, I'm the Doctor.
And it can't be a ghost of his...
Capaldi's Italian now, is he?
What?
Capaldi's Italian now, is he?
No, he's not Italian. You know what? No, he's not. All right, but I just don't get it.
It don't make sense, does it?
It just doesn't.
But it's Moffat. What do you expect it to make sense?
Yes.
No.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry.
Wait. I got a headache. Wait, you're telling me that when the Doctor regenerates, he's the same man, different personality, different face, but yet that incarnation's dead and a ghost, but yet it's not.
Well, I'm not sure, but there's a possibility of there being a projection of that previous incarnation, maybe on Gallifrey somewhere.
That's more likely because it's not a ghost, because then that invalidates the whole thing.
So couldn't it just be like a TARDIS hologram?
Well, maybe. Well, here's the thing.
Like
Sorry.
program number 1 or something, or like emergency program 1 or something.
Well, here's what I think. It's not a ghost. It can't be a ghost because that invalidates the whole conversation that Matt Smith had with Clara at the end of Deep Breath. Because that man, that Capaldi was the Doctor, was the same man. He knew everything. That's the same exact person. It invalidates the entire thing if it's just, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared. I'm really scared. Like, I'm really, really, really petrified that, like, something's going to happen and it's going to totally confuse the living crap out of all of us.
Well, it'll be Moffat's last episode, so who cares?
Oh,
What, really?
After that, he'll be bye-bye.
Oh, wait, no, that is confirmed. He is no longer going to be the showrunner?
No, it's not confirmed, but we all know that he's on his way out.
Oh,
I wonder if he's trying to mess up as much as possible on his way out.
oh my God. Mike D.
Yeah.
Do you believe in Time Lord ghosts?
Hold on, let me plug my headphones in.
That's what I would say, the same thing, man, because I can't believe it.
Oh, shit.
The heck?
Wait,
Time Lord ghosts, Mike D?
Well,
Yeah,
maybe there's something else, and they're called ghosts, but they're actually something else.
I think they're just like I don't know, some fake thing, like a Zygon type of thing, like a Zygon ghost or something. Like a fake thing. That's not really real ghost for the Doctor. That's ridiculous.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about friggin' Time Lord ghosts.
Okay. In relation to what?
Finale. They said
okay.
that... Okay, here's the thing that makes no sense. The rumor is that Peter Capaldi will be encountering ghosts of previous Doctors. Now, how could that be? How could he encounter the ghost of the 8th and 10th Doctor if he is the 8th and 10th Doctor, but the 12th Doctor? He's one man, the same thing, all in there. How could that be? That's kind of weird, man. Then you're saying that he's not the same man. That it's like...
It's like what David Tennant said to Peter Davidson in Time Crash, though jokingly. He's like, check out this bone structure, Doctor. One day you're going to be shaving it.
Right. Like...
Right.
It's the same man. You know? How could they be... How could be... That's like saying he's different people and ghosts of each person that dies. That makes no sense.
Unless, like, a part of him goes? I don't know. This actually, yeah, this makes no sense even by Doctor Who standards.
I'm just so confused, man. I'm beyond. Connor, tell me more about this article, the news.
Well, they also said who Maisie Williams is playing.
Who is she?
She's called Ashilda.
Ashilda.
Yeah.
We talked about that already.
Yeah, that's it.
Ashilda. That's weird. And she's dead, but then she comes back, right? Or something like that.
Yes, that's highly likely.
Why is Clara a waitress?
Oh, because I think it's an echo.
It's because Clara's dead and there's another Clara?
Yeah. That's the... He's undercover, I think, and she appears in that diner, from which coincidentally is from the Impossible Astronaut.
Right.
And she's dead already.
Clara's dead? Our Clara?
Our Clara's dead.
Okay.
And that's kind of like her final appearance, I think, because of the way that people have said that the scene goes. And she kind of gives the Doctor closure, and then she
But
disappears.
she disappears?
Yeah, forever.
Oh, so in other words, now that the real Clara is dead, all the other ones disappear?
Well, yeah, because that's kind of like, I think that this Clara, our Clara, is the source of all the echoes. So
Right.
if the source dies, everything else dies with it.
And the other one, Echo, is a Clara also? Oswald, like? Or Clara Oswald, or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're not going to see Danny Pink, I guess.
Thank God.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
I thought the way he left in Death in Heaven, I think, so, wait, was that child that he sent back in Death in Heaven, was that a child he had killed?
Yes.
Yes.
Man, that's heavy stuff, though.
Yeah, man.
Though it does show you that Danny Pink is a really good person at heart.
Yeah, but he's still alive!
He's
He's
not.
chilling in there. He's chilling in that thing.
Uh,
Missy went in there too, man. She's chilling. She made a new body for you. Want a new body? Do you want a new body? Okay. Pop right out of there. That's what happened.
Though I will say Dark Water, I hate when they introduce thoughts that make me terrified. Like the dead can feel what is happening to their body.
That's just eerie, I know.
No, that is terrifying. I hope it ain't true.
But
Well, the actor that plays Danny Pink said he would like to come back.
I know.
So I don't know.
Mike D, where can we go with this season? Where do you think the Doctor should, like, Clara's done, then what? Is he going to be pissed off? Is he going to be, like, leaping at people and taking people out now because he's angry? Like, really angry, like?
I'd just like to see something different than having, like, the young love interest type as a companion.
Yeah, I agree.
Dalek companion, get Rusty in the TARDIS.
No, I mean, get like somebody like kind of the dynamic that where you had the Doctor and Jamie, something like that. Something different than having these like 20-something girls that show up.
Why can't we just get an alien?
Yeah, why not?
That's just an alien that's a companion.
Well, I mean, we've had alien companions. Turlo was technically an alien. Adric was.
Not resembling
Yeah,
human. I mean, maybe like something like out of Enemy in the Mine type of movie, like where, I don't know, just an alien, just an alien, like just different.
Like Vastra?
Yeah, but she's not an alien. She's an Earthling, which whatever. That's complicated. But anyway, yeah. Vastra should just be a companion for crying out loud.
I'd rather not.
Why?
Because the Paternoster gang are crap characters.
You know what? I was watching that the other day again. Deep breath. And she's like, "Here we go again," and I'm like, "Well, where have you been from the other regeneration? Because I don't remember seeing you."
Actually, I didn't notice until a few weeks ago myself that was actually a reference to who said that? Yeah, in Legopoly.
Yes, no. Brigadier said that when in Robots.
Robot, yeah.
Yes, but again, this means that she's seen him regenerate before and tried to help him. But when did that happen? I don't remember her like nursing a young Matt Smith back to health, unless it was an adventure we didn't see. But then that would mean that David Tennant imprisoned her in Victorian London, not Matt Smith.
I took it that she was just aware of the fact that he does regenerate, and she was just kind of throwing that line out there for the viewer,
yeah,
to relate to the situation.
Okay.
Yeah, I was reading I guess to get kind of caught up on things, one of Connor's Casterbarus fellow authors.
Yes.
Reading about the ghosts that you were asking me about earlier.
Yeah.
Sliders.
Yeah.
Sliders, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, from what I'm reading here, it says in episode 12, we're rumored to see the Doctor and Clara under Gallifrey, which appears to be a catacombic location that includes some haunting tombs. Tombs are allegedly guarded by ghosts known as sliders, which are revealed to be those of old Time Lord, including past doctors, hence Tennant and McGann rumors.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, other than it's interesting that if they were going to go that direction, they're using just the new series doctors.
yeah.
Really, not like the Davis and Baker, McCoy, any of those people.
Right. Does that just mean that is that an excuse they can never come back again? Is that what it is? Like,
No, I don't.
Moffat he does stuff like this, and I just get totally confused. I just don't know what the motivation is for this. Like, you're ruining the whole concept of the Doctor. He's the same person, just regenerated. It's not just memories. It's not just emotions. It's the same person. So I don't know. What else we got? Again,
well, I was reading something here that says something about heavily guarded identity of Maisie Williams' character. Why is it so heavily guarded if it's inconsequential?
Right. She's Romana or something? That's what it is?
See, I don't know. I kind of this has the makings of like a misdirection.
Yeah, I think so. What anybody have to say? Anything to say? Romana, anybody? Is it Romana?
Not sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think she's a new character now, but it could be a misdirection.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards a misdirection of some sort this season because there's too much that's kind of odd going on. This one commenter here said Maisie Williams' character, no matter what her name appears to be in scripts or press releases, is actually a regeneration of the Doctor's original companion, Susan.
What's this Mission Dalek thing?
I have no clue. I think it's a computer challenge that they said in March was going to be set during Series 9.
Is it because they showed some type of thing about a little thing of Tom Baker?
I think we're going to find out today or tomorrow, because the Vlogster Who said that there's supposed to be something coming at midnight on Tuesday, going into Wednesday, so we'll find out.
Let me ask you a crazy question, right?
Yeah.
What are the odds that we will see a redesigned Dalek updated for like just a drastic, completely, different design? It's a new Dalek, Mission Dalek, like a brand new Dalek.
I don't know. That seems a bit too much. We've got all the classic ones.
I know we tried to do it with Victory to Daleks and they failed, but who's to say they won't try again?
Well, we've literally got every version of the Dalek, and I've noticed now because I went back and looked and saw what like versions of the Daleks were there, and it seems that every version was there apart from the Paradigm on Skaro. So I think a new one just is a bit much, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Davros, that looks like. Oh wait, let's go back to the synopsis of 1 and 2. So correct me if I'm wrong, Connor. Okay.
Right.
Missy gets Clara.
Do you want me to read it out? Because I've got
Yes,
that.
please.
Right. There's actually 2 parts to it because there's 2 different articles that say different things.
Okay.
So on Doc2 TV, episodes 1 and 2. This is the opening 2-parter. It features lots of Daleks, and this time we mean it. Clara receives a mysterious summons and has to team up with Missy to search for the Doctor in a very, very odd place. Sorry, old place, not odd. And then on this other article, Moffat said, episodes 1 and 2 are a double-header that starts with the Doctor missing and involves a search to find him, which Stephen refers to as Star Warsy.
Okay, so here's the explanation. Ready? You want to show the Doctor screw up, right? Well, not that we want to see him screw up, but he's going to accidentally save Davros, right? So if he accidentally saves Davros, that means Clara is erased from existence, and she can't help him. But if Missy grabs Clara before he erases the timeline, technically, then Clara's there to help him restore the timeline. Right?
Well, I wouldn't go as complex as that to say that Clara would be erased.
Well, not erased, but the timeline would be wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, and things would happen completely different. Like maybe.
Yeah.
So, well, she could be. I mean, that tree could just not be there, and the leaf could not hit the guy in the face, and she could not be born. You never know. But it's just a thing where obviously Missy has to have Clara to help the Doctor because the timeline's about to get changed. So,
yeah,
that's it. In her TARDIS, Connor.
Well, yeah, I think that thing in the
yes.
It looks like a big tunnel tube.
Well, I still say the red thing is the TARDIS.
That might be her TARDIS.
Yeah, the red thing, because it was two next to each other, like one next to each other. All right, so what's the synopsis for 3 and 4? Did she get killed in 4?
3 and 4 says, this two-parter is written by Toby Whithouse and features an underwater base plagued by creeping ghosts and an island that is about to be submerged in water. But who or what is doing this, and how can the Doctor stop it? It's very scary, atmospheric, and claustrophobic, much like some classic episodes. Then this other article said, Episode 3 and 4 features an underwater base full of ghosts, with Stephen making interesting references to the idea that time travel could potentially let you meet your own ghost.
Ugh, God. Make me vomit, please no. So, can I ask you another question? If Clara, main Clara, had a million copies of her, like River said,
right,
and they all encountered the Doctor, and then when she comes back to life, because he saved her, then she has all the memories of all his faces and everything, right? So if that's the case, how could a Clara copy encounter Peter Capaldi if she saw all his faces and she never seen Peter Capaldi's face?
I don't know.
Right.
I think
it's called plot hole.
Well,
hopefully
Well,
not.
we should be used to those.
Yeah, I know. Somebody needs to close them up, I think. Yeah. Listen, I don't know why people think it's hatred. It's not hatred. We want it to make sense. We want it to be like, okay, that's it. We don't want it to be like, 10 years and we still don't know what the hell's happening. It's like we want stuff to make sense. Did the Weeping Angel that had sneakers on that was a Statue of Liberty, did she have a cloaking device that nobody saw the Weeping Angel walking around? I mean, what the hell? It's supposed to be quantum locked or whatever. You see that thing can't move. A lot of things he's doing is just certain things. It's like, hey, where's the checks and balances? Where's the person say, hey, you can't do that? There isn't. So everything's just all over the place. It's got to make sense. Somehow. Not that we have to overthink it, but I mean, come on, man. Why does Tasha Lim know how to fly the TARDIS? What is this? Do we have all these aliens just have a TARDIS somewhere? And, oh yeah, I used to learn that when that other timeline was traveling around. No, the Doctor was the only one, or the Master, that left Gallifrey. Nobody started traveling around in TARDIS. It's like, hey, Tasha Lim's flying the TARDIS, she knows what the hell she's talking about. It's like, okay, what's that about? The Daleks, assimilate a silent. All right, that doesn't make sense. And then why is a silent yelling at Clara? That nobody said anything about that. Where's Madame Graverian? That Mr. Moffat promised us that she was going to come back for maybe Series 8. Where's Madame Graverian? I love Madame Graverian. She's stabbing somebody? I don't know. Gotta be somewhere. No Weeping Angels, no Whispermen, no Great Intelligence. Great Intelligence was in Bells of St. John. How is he in there if he died in the Victorian era? Because he's not a time traveler either. So you go from the Victorian era, you kidnap Vastra, and Jenny and Strax, and then you go into the other side, Trezor. But like, when did you become a time traveler? Is there like a dollar store in the galaxy that everybody can pick up like a vortex manipulator? Or like every time everybody can time travel now? Because I'm like really confused about that. We have, who the hell is vortex manipulator is that? We have, Clara had the vortex manipulator. Did she put it back? Was it Captain Jack's? But is that Rivers? Did River die and give it back? Like what's happening? Is it many more vortex manipulators out there? I mean, do we have test selectors? Where the hell are they? We have time agents, we have test selectors, we have temporal shifts from Daleks. Do the Cybermen I know went through the void and went to the next Doctor, but I don't know if they can travel through time. So, like, is everybody traveling through time now too? I just want an explanation. What happened to the TARDIS that the Silence flying around in? The larger TARDIS, or whatever that was. Where's that? What was that freaking creepy voice in the TARDIS? It's like, silence will fall. What the hell was that? Did the Doctor not bothered? Like, you know, like River's like, hey man, you got like some creepy thing in that TARDIS, like talking to me like that? Does anybody investigate? Greenwood's face on the TARDIS console, like, wouldn't that freak you out? Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of mysteries, man, and nothing's getting solved. We're just left hanging. Left hanging. Why the hell did Amy envision freaking 1930s New York ballet? Was that like foreshadowing that she's going to get trapped in 1930s New York? Or whatever? So then if she's in New York City with Rory, then they encountered their daughter in 1969 in New York City. It's like, and where was she raising the baby in those pictures? Like, where did Madame Corvarian drop that baby off? On Earth? Like, you know, how many times did River regenerate before we saw her as the River we know? Nobody says anything. If she regenerated in 1969, and she's an Earthling, like she's human, with a little Time Lord DNA, then that little child that she regenerated into should be like 30 years old or whatever by the time she reaches Amy and Rory. So she would have to regenerate again. It's got to make sense. Why is there a little girl from the larger, same girl with the same dress, with the same hairstyle? She's in the lodge and tried to lure people to go up to the stairs, remember, Connor?
Yeah.
Okay, that same girl is in Angels Take Manhattan, looking out the window, same dress, same hairstyle. That same girl is in Bells of St. John, like, attacking Clara. Who the hell is that girl? Used 3 times, man, 3 times. The hell is that? The fish references, nothing happened. Nothing. You know? Like, where did the Doctor go when he just, you know, erased from existence? He went through the cracks. Where did he go? And then he just pops up with a suit on and the TARDIS and Amy's wedding. We want answers. We want to know what the hell. Explain something. Not in one sentence either. You know? You don't wait till the time the Doctor says, yeah, well, Madame Bavarian was kind of pissed at you, so she took the church in a different direction, took some silence, and she went back in timeline. In your time here, she went back in time during your timeline to erase things. How is she traveling through time? It's like nobody explains anything. Tasha Lim's telling him this in a sentence. This is the whole thing we're waiting for years. It gets explained in one sentence. It's like, wow. I just want answers, man. Is that wrong? Why people hate that I just want answers? Doesn't mean I hate the show. Doesn't mean I hate Capaldi. Doesn't mean I hate freaking Clara. The lighting guy, I don't hate the lighting guy. I don't hate the music guy. I want answers. the hell's happening? Where's the Candyman, man? Why can't he come back? Jeez. Well, what happened to Clara? She was missing when she was 12. Or whatever. There was that year. What happened? What is that? What is that? Like, what's going on? How are there Clara Oswald Oswalds all over the place? Supposedly they showed her being born in the Snowmen, you know. So how does she get born? She's just born? Like what? You know, that thing that was supposed to be the Doctor's spirit. That wasn't a spirit. That was like a Terran Tarn that just from Harvey Tom and the Doctor, but backwards or something. But I want them to explain something. That's all. Anybody want anything to add?
Not really, no. Every single plot hole ever exists.
Shit.
You have the Void. The Void had, and this is nobody explains this either. Doomsday. All the Daleks went in the Void.
Yes.
They ran out of money to show the computer-generated Cybermen go through the Void. So they only show, but technically the Cybermen and the Daleks went in the Void. The Void closed, right? Then supposedly someone destroyed the Void, and all the Cybermen swimming around in the Void ended up in the next Doctor episode. Well, what happened to the millions of Daleks? Where did they go? The Daleks are stronger than the Cybermen. It was proven. So where the hell did those millions of Daleks go? Nobody says anything. What about the friggin' Weeping Angels in the damn TARDIS? From that mini episode.
Who knows?
Why is there an Ood? What did they do with the Ood? Why can't we see the Ood again?
Well, I hope that we do get to see the Ood again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Why did the TARDIS translate everybody but the dinosaur? What's up with that?
I have no idea.
Why did Missy take all those people from the episodes and did nothing with them? She saved the lady from it. She saved the person from Into the Dalek. She saved the friggin' No-Face Man, the Clockwork Man guy. She said the caretaker guy, the guard that was going to get blasted in the caretaker episode. They got him. What are they doing with them?
Well,
There's got to be a purpose.
He would have become a Cyberman.
But that's stupid. And if they're the thing was a robot, the No-Face Man. So how could he go in there?
In where?
In the Nethersphere, or wherever that was, the Garden. What is that? A TARDIS? Like what the hell is that?
Well, that's the point I was trying to make the other week. It was a different place because he couldn't be upgraded.
Right.
So he went straight to heaven, to the promised land, which is a gateway to Gallifrey on the Appalachia.
Right. Okay. I just want answers, man. I want to know why Rory went into an automaton body. That's what I want to know. I want to know a lot of different things.
It just seems like
But it'll explain everything. Believe me, there's nowhere. Sorry, Mike, I interrupted you there.
No, I was just gonna add. It just seems like they're just like throwing whatever shit's convenient to propel the story along. That's it.
Curse of the Black Spot. One of the episodes I don't like. An episode that I don't like, but they make a big statement that, oh yeah, the TARDIS travels in alternate realities all the time. Excuse me? Like when does that happen? All the time. Oh yeah, I wouldn't even know it. He said.
Let's go back to when you were the 10th Doctor and you said you can't go into alternate dimensions or realities. You said after you visited there the first time, during Rise of the Cybermen and Doomsday, after you left, you couldn't go back.
Right.
After Doomsday, you said you couldn't go back there. Because didn't he seal the barrier?
Well, obviously, he's getting broken. The universe is cracked. The Pandora will open. Silence will fall. Well, guess who cracked everything? friggin' Doomsday episode. Because David Tennant's like, crack, and explain the whole damn thing.
That was $369 for that door.
So, why did they get Madame de Pompadour? Like, what do they like? Why do they have two ships that travel through time? Wasn't it an accident that they built those time windows to get Madame de Pompadour? So why does a sister ship of the Madame de Pompadour accidentally go back in time to the you know, like, that makes no sense how two ships would have that ability. Like, what the hell is the purpose of those damn ships? Like, never explained. It's one thing, it was supposed to be unique, the damn de Pompadour ship. Okay? That they kind of killed the crew because kind of confused, you know, that like they're thinking in their head that if they have her, then the ship will be complete. Or maybe there was something else we don't know. Like, maybe she was not really human because maybe she was like a Gallifreyan just chilling on Earth, and, you know, she got to see into the Doctor's head, which humans can't do that. So, like, the only person that knows the Doctor's name is River and Madame de Pompadour. And Clara, because she saw it in the book. Or the Liquid book. So, I don't know, man. I just want them to explain something. That's all. I'll be happy, you know? And I don't want them to screw things up either with the whole Clara thing, like, too. You know, I understand people getting tired of Clara. I like Clara. But, like, I understand I'm not one that want her to be, like, you know, responsible for everything. But, like, don't kill her off in a stupid way. Or don't kill her off if you have to. I mean, I wouldn't want to kill her off. But, like, you know, I just feel they're going to ruin that, too. And Moffat's signed for Series 10, so where's he going? All of a sudden. He said, I'm signed for Series 10, guys. Alright, so what does that mean? Doesn't that mean that you're signed for Series 10?
He did say that if push came to shove, and there was a situation where he couldn't do Doctor Who because of Sherlock, he would leave. Contract.
God, how could he leave because of 3 friggin' episodes of Sherlock? I understand, I figured it out, like, that each episode of Sherlock's like 2 episodes of Doctor Who, but give me a break. It's not going to be around. Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, yeah, they'll do another season. If you're lucky, another one, but their careers are skyrocketing. Sherlock's basically done. So why the hell would you leave Doctor Who to do Sherlock if it's going to be done? It's going to be done.
And it doesn't help with the fact that both Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch are doing most likely long-term relationships with Marvel Comics because of their roles in both Doctor Strange and
He's going to be He's going to be signed for 3-picture Doctor Strange thing. He's going to be signed for Avengers 2-parter. It's the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War. Martin Freeman's going to be signed through the Gazoo. I mean, these guys are not going to do Sherlock as much as they want to. For Moffat to leave Doctor Who because he's waiting for these superstars, it's not going to happen. He's going to be out of a job. I just find it pointless. If he's leaving Doctor Who to do Sherlock, I just find that he's not looking at the overall picture, like 4 years down the road. You know? I want him. I'm not saying he has to leave, okay? Because here's the thing, okay? As much as everybody wants Moffat to leave, he's the only one that can technically explain everything. And I want him to explain everything. I don't want, like, some other person to come in and say, yeah, that's what it is. No, it's not. Like, I want him to explain it. He's the one who wrote it. He could explain it. And don't say, like, oh, people don't know who Madame Kavarian is anymore. They could throw her in there again. They could explain things. It's not like people have a short attention span. Like, they could explain a lot. I mean, they don't care if it's, you know, a different doctor. It's, like, ridiculous. We need something, man. We can't just keep, like, oh, this happens, this happens. Like they jump into so many different directions, and they just don't explain. They're like, oh, have fun with it, just enjoy it. No, you can't, because, I mean, you can enjoy it, but it's like, when we watch like John Pertwee, okay, classic episodes, and John Pertwee would explain stuff like, his companion, made sense,
Yeah.
When you start seeing like, Peter Capaldi talking about the moon is like an egg, and like, what are you talking about? Because that kind of contradicts the episode with, John Pertwee. But it's like, what's happening here? Like, since when? Nobody's respecting the classic series either. Do you want to explain how Scarro is still around? Could somebody just say, hey, you know what? The Daleks were pissed off because the Doctor saved Gallifrey, so they kind of like, did their own thing and saved Scarro. Is that so much to ask for them to just explain how Scarro was blown up because the Hand of Omega, Sylvester McCoy, the Seventh Doctor, sent the thing out. It blew up the sun that was in the same solar system as Scarro, and Scarro blew up. Is it so much to ask for them to explain why Scarro is still there? Really? Instead of just putting it there, and people are like, oh, drives people nuts. They like to see Scarro, yeah, sure, but explain the damn thing. It could be, it'd be a quick thing. Oh yeah, well, you know what? The Daleks were pissed off. Time Lord saved Gallifrey. The Doctor saved Gallifrey. So they did the same thing. Like whatever. Or when it's stolen Earth, yeah, you know what? They stole the other planets, but they stole Scarro too. They pulled it out. Like Dalek Khan, besides taking Davros, did something, and they got Scarro out of there. That's all.
I think you're just expecting too much, really, because...
It's not that I'm expecting too much. I want to expect something. I just want something to explain. Janet, am I going nuts?
You'll be waiting a while if you want an explanation.
But Janet, I mean, don't you want, like, one thing explained? At least?
Well, yeah, at least, but...
I don't know. It's not going to ruin my enjoyment of Doctor Who, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm already loving the way Series 9 looks. But it would be nice. Alright, guys, I'm sorry for ranting. Anything you want to add, Connor?
Well, do you want me to finish off these episode things?
Yes! Oh, shut up now.
Because we're only on that.
Jesus. Alright. Listen, I'm not Stephen Moffat. You gotta just shut me up then. Tell me to shut up. Shut it. Go ahead.
Right. Episodes 5 and 6. Those two are exceptional. Doctor Who meets Game of Thrones. Well, only because Maisie Williams is in them. The first part features Vikings fighting mercenary robots and a dragon, and the second one sees a group of highwaymen dealing with a Norse god. So that kind of clarifies how it's not a two-parter, but they're linked.
Obviously, Stephen Moffat was watching Thor, obviously. So.
And then the other article for that says, Episode 5 is where Doctor Who meets Maisie Williams and is described as a really good Dr. Clara one. And Episode 6 features Rufus Hound as a highwayman and involves a very character-driven story.
Wait, which is the one that she dies in?
Who?
Clara.
Probably episode...
The powerful Clara episode that you just talked about?
I don't know. I don't. She could... something happens to her in episode 3 and 4, I'm sure that Moffat or Peter said. But she didn't die in episode 5 or 6, I don't think.
We just have no idea. Alright.
Episode 7 and 8, which is the Zygon one. This one is written by Peter Harness. Day of the Doctor acted as a prologue to it. In it, the Zygons made peace with the humans, but not every Zygon decided it was okay. So they've been raising an army silently, and now they are rising against UNIT. We've been planning this forever, and Osgood isn't. But how is that possible, you'd ask? Missy killed her. Who knows? Well, we know.
Osgood is awesome. There you go. All right.
And then the other article says, episode 7 and 8 is another two-part that sees the return of the Zygons, and sounds, in terms of scale, like a mid-series finale. Steven says it's sort of a global urban thriller, which builds off something set up in the 50th anniversary episode. It's basically a Zygon Civil War episode.
Okay.
I quite like the sound of that, actually.
Yeah, I do. We always knew he was going to bring the Zygons back, he said, because, you know.
Yeah. Episode 9. This is a very unique Doctor Who story from Matt Gatiss. It wasn't possible to do such an episode 10 years ago, when the show came back, and Mark has been rewriting it over and over again to make it perfect. We know that because Peter stormed off set, didn't we? It's a beautiful story, very eerie and special. I think it's going to be an instant classic. Then on the other article it said, episode 9 is a Matt Gatiss script that's unusual, which is all Steven is saying. And then episode 10 is an episode which leaps out as, why haven't we done this already? This is so Doctor Who, we should be doing this immediately. And when Sarah Dollard walked in with the finalised script, it was even better. Really, this is going to be a fan favourite. Everyone will want to rewatch it. Then the other article said, episode 10 is from a new writer called Sarah Dollard, who worked on the BBC's The Game, with Steven simply saying it's a terrific idea. And then the finale is a challenge. I won't say anything else because it could be too spoilery. But when you watch it, you're going to ask exactly how the Doctor and Clara are going to pull it off. So.
Okay. Let's just talk about one thing, okay? After the finale, we still are promised a Christmas special.
Yeah.
That they have to film.
Yeah.
It's written by Stephen Moffat.
Yeah.
So if Moffat did leave, which I don't think he is, it would be the Christmas special would be his final one. But I don't know where all this thing is coming around that he's leaving. Okay? Unless, of course, he signed on for Series 10, but because Series 10 is not happening because of not a full season, if they have specials, they're not going to call it Series 10, so then he's out, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, they'll probably do the same. The announcement, I say in speech marks, is supposed to be today, where they announce that Moffat's leaving, and either Matt Gatiss or Toby Whithouse is taking over.
I have a question.
It could be total bollocks. It's just what.
How do you know that the announcement is that? What if the announcement is Peter Capaldi is leaving?
Because people have people in the BBC. They have sources that, tell them these things in private, in confidentiality, and then they go on forums and stuff and leak it out. It's not the first time that stuff like that's happened. It won't be the last.
Okay. All right, so I have another question then.
Right.
If Jenna Louise Coleman's totally out of the picture,
yeah,
why, when Peter Capaldi asked if she's in Series 10, he says, I hope so. Like, I would like to see her in it.
He's probably just being nice. I think she's leaving now.
I don't think so.
I think they're making it blatantly obvious.
I think they're tricking everybody. I think one more season, man. I think. I don't see it, man. I didn't hear anything about Jenna Louise Coleman is signed for this movie or Jelly Louise Coleman's going to be doing this movie. I haven't heard any of that stuff. Usually when, there's a hint that they're leaving, they're like, oh, Karen Gillan is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy. Karen Gillan's going to be in Selfie. I didn't hear anything about Jelly Louise Coleman. Did you?
Well, she's up against Emilia Clarke for that role as Queen Victoria.
In what?
I can't remember what it was. It's some sort of TV program, but they said that she's one of the.
She's not gonna get it. Well, maybe she will. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, man. I think she's signed.
I don't know.
That's not the first time I've been wrong. Yeah?
She's leaving.
Yeah.
Alright. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but
it
wouldn't be the first time, but.
Fans are starting to turn on her. I think she's going to start leaving.
Yeah, I know. So, Osgood's not going to be the new companion?
No, because the
That
Zygon.
is the real Osgood, and not Zygon.
The Zygon two-parter takes place before Death in Heaven. That's why they were saying that Day of the Doctor was a prologue to it.
Okay.
So it takes place in between Osgood.
She's still going to get saved anyway, though. I don't care what anybody says. He's going to save her at the end of the season after Clara dies. He's going to grab her and she's going to be companion.
We shall see.
We'll see. All right, gang. I guess that's it for this long version of the Real Whovians Cast. Sorry for yapping away, but thank you, Connor. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.